As Zhang Yi stares at the ice orbs, he wondered if Yuan Kongya's ice soul was really the key to helping people unlock supernatural powers. But immediately after, he scoffed at the idea. What a joke. I don't believe there is such a good thing in this world. He then closes the box and continued that if only people from the 4 major bases have used it like he says, then why not create an army of mutants to protect your sect? After all, in these last days, everyone was in constant danger and thinking about how to make themselves stronger so that they can protect themselves. Who is selfless enough to help others? Zhang Yi then proceeds to place the box in his alternate space. Back in the lounging hall, he contemplated on his next move. With just 2 ice souls, there was a chance to create 2 mutants. With such great temptation to test if the ice souls were indeed able to create mutants, he was not going to lie to himself that he wasn't being tempted. But who to use as a test subject was now his dilemma. So as he stares back and forth about who to pick, Yangmin asked if he intended to use the 2 ice souls. You just heard about this ice soul. It can help people awaken their supernatural powers, said Zhang Yi. The 4 major bases had originally used it. So far, no side effects have been found. But I'm not at ease about it. I never believe that there is no action without consequences. There was no way a free pie will just fall from the sky. Zhang Yi's expression became serious as he continued, we need to think carefully. Of these 2 ice souls, I can only use 1 at most. To put it bluntly, the first person to use it must act as a guinea pig. After saying this, Zhang Yi, again, looked back and forth between the women gathered around him. Suddenly, Yangmin spoke up, saying that she'd love to give it a try. Soon, Zhou Qir and Zhou Haimei also raised their hands suggesting that they will also love to be the test subjects. In the end, Zhang Yi chose Yangmin, commenting that she had the strongest will, so it was an easy decision to give her the ice soul to use. Hearing this, Yangmin was excited. She quickly jumped onto Zhang Yi's lap, thanking him for giving her such a good opportunity. Yangmin then hugged Zhang Yi tightly, confessing that her love for him was as deep as the ocean. And if she becomes a mutant, she will be able to protect him. After all, if she doesn't take care of Zhang Yi, who else can she take care of? Zhang Yi smiled devilishly hearing this. He thought that since it was an experiment, the one chosen must naturally not be a lost and but an insignificant existence. Zhou Qir was a doctor and Zhou Haimei was the only woman in Uncle Yu's life. As for Yang Xingqin and Lu Karen, they're both important from protecting the shelter to producing weapons. So naturally, Yang Min was the logical choice. And since Yang Min already took the initiative to be the test subject, it saves him a lot of effort. Then Zhang Yi announced that their discussion about their battle plan will remain unchanged. In his opinion, they are to forget for the time being that the Snow Worship Sect and the Emerald Waterside Base may become their helpers. No one can be trusted, and there was a high possibility of temporary betrayal. Therefore, they still need to be prepared to face all of them from all directions. And if anything happens on site, then they would let their shelter become the hell these forces would be buried in. At the lab, Zhang Yi took out an ice soul from the box and carefully placed it on the forehead of Yangmin, who was heavily restrained on the medical bed. As the ice soul touches her forehead, several blue vines came out of the ice orb and wrap around Yangmin's face. Then moments later, it dissolves. Yangmin passes out as she sweats profusely, indicating her discomfort.